Hello, everyone. Hello, Draft. Thank you so much for the raid. Shout out to you, my friend. Hope you had a good stream. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm tired. I'm sore. But we're here every single week, bros. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Oh. For those of you that don't know, we're coming off of a big old tournament yesterday. Went to bed a little later than I usually like to go to. I then went to work. I came home. And now here I am. So we are feeling it. But that's okay. Like I said, we love what we do here. So we are ready for another tournament in the long line of the Duel Links Meta Weekly series. Today we will be doing things a little bit different. It's going to be a single elimination tournament today. Why single elimination? I just wanted a shorter tournament today. It'll probably cut like 2 hours off of the tournament. Still going to be here. Still going to have a good time. But new box leaks. No, why would we have new box leaks? So we have people all still joining up. It's about 24 minutes until the start of the tournament. Will be interesting to see if single elimination does cause a change in the sign-up pattern for today. New ban list? No, I mean, we'd love a new ban list. Emergency ban list, please. Can you join Alice? Today's tournament is the Duel Links Meta Weekly, which is a tournament series held by the DLM server via Decade on Twitch and the DLM website. To join, you do need to be a subbed member to Decade on Twitch. It is a sub benefit to being subbed to Decade. I just happen to stream it so that there is a stream, because he does not stream the Duel Links anymore, but he still hosts, or rather he still does the prize pool and hosts the tournament on the Discord. So you know, yeah, basically TLDR, you would have to be a subbed member of the Discord. However, there are many other free tournament entries that you can still join. If you go to the website, duellinksmeta.com, you can click on any single one of the tournament articles and find out how to join by clicking on the tournament article, and there will be a how to join section. I recommend ones such as the Quantum Dailies, the tournament series that I host, which you can find in our Discord, which is the Grand Prix, amongst many others. There are a ton of tournament series within this community. You can always find one. But aside from that, what do we have going on? We finished, as I said, the Grand Championship Series last night. The overall breakdown looked a little something like this. We had 36 Tachyon, 34 Shiranui, 13 Constellar, 10 Mayakashi, 8 Live Twin, 7 Rocket, and 10 Yi. 2 each of Destiny Hero Galaxy, Neos Ubel, Phoenix Gearfried, Red Eyes Shadal, and Suship. And then a whole bunch of decks at 1. In the top 32, this was the conversion. Can I show top 16? I mean, I can't show, but I can tell you what they were, if that will help in some fashion. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. Yeah, but here's the top 32. So Shiranui and Tachyon both converted relatively similar. Obviously, Tachyon having a slight advantage, although technically more entered, but still slightly better conversion rate. I will note, however, that in the conversion to top 16, Tachyon fared much better than Shiranui. The Shiranui players, to be fair, there were a couple mirror matches, which was a little unfortunate for them. But in the top 16, we had, let's see, 2 Shiranui, 3 Shiranui, 1 Mayakashi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Tachyon converted to top 16. 3 Shiranui, 2 Tenyi, 1 Blue Eyes, 1 Mayakashi. So Shiranui going from 10 to 7, or 10 to 3. Tachyon going from 14 to 8. So that is still, it continues to be a better conversion rate. Now we should also be getting the tier list update sometime today. So that should be interesting. But yeah, we are deep in it. There is a little bit of debate within the community as to whether or not this actually counts as specifically a tier 0 meta. Now, for those of you that don't know, within the TCG, most of the time the number thrown around before you accept it as being quote unquote tier 0 is like 60 or 65% of the top cut. It depends on who you ask. I believe technically it's like 65 ish, but a lot of people will give it if it's 60 because, like, come on, it's 60%. In Duel Links' history, due to the nature of the game, I don't believe if we went by 60%, I don't even believe 6 Samurai would fall under that. Let me double check. 20 divided by 32. So not even 6 Samurai would have counted. Which yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm sorry. And actually, one second, I need to alert the Discord one more time. Meta week, Duel Links Meta Weekly number 316 begins in 15 minutes. Be sure to upload your deck list or you will be dropped. All right, let's get the music back going again. So I joined the tournament through the Discord, on the Discord. It's not following Twitch, it's being a subbed member, Alice. If you don't know, if you aren't sure what to do right now, I would not recommend trying to join last second. You have to make sure you have a Start GG account. You need to join the Discord after being subbed on Twitch or a member on YouTube, and then get in the Discord, get added to the tournament, make sure you upload your deck list, and you got to do all that within the next 15 minutes if you really wanted to join. My recommendation would be get your toes wet in one of the other free tournament series that exist within the community first. But yeah, I personally, my ratio for tier 0 is more like 50% within Duel Links, and this is for a number of reasons. The nature of Duel Links means that it's not as easy for a lot of people to pivot from one deck to another. You do have whales, but you also have dedicated one tricks. You have people who can't immediately switch to whatever the newest deck is. Yes, there are a lot of those people within the community, and so you will see a lot of movement over towards the best decks, but it's typically not so all pervasive as to be like hitting that 65-66% threshold. And again, you know, back in the MCS where Six Samurai existed, they were 20 of the top 32. I think everyone can agree that was tier 0. So right now we have a couple tournaments under the belt of Tachyon. In the DLE one, it was 11 out of 16. In the 11 out of the top 16. In ours, it was 8 out of the top 16. Both of those are arguably approaching my own. Well, the 11 for sure, and then even the 8. Right, but so the threshold is in the TCG one, the threshold is generally accepted to be 65%. Which I, for example, I believe there were even a couple tier limit top 32s that were only like 60%. So if you know, during tier format, trying to suggest that tier limit wasn't tier 0 was a little ridiculous. I think most reasonable people say 60%, and I think it has softened over time, but there was very much, for the longest time, it was considered 65%. I could be wrong here, but that's what I had always heard. Jabberwork says, hey, quick question. Do skills bypass except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard text for cards? Typically speaking, Jabberwork, yes. Although it depends on the nature of how the card was sent there. So, for example, you will notice, hey, Valk, thank you for the streak. You'll notice stuff like Spectral Sword and the Ritual Spell for BLS can all be used turn 1, even though logically speaking, they have always been there. Why is last night's tournament still not on the website? Again, the tournament ended. I went to bed. I got up. I went to work. I got home. And now we're doing this. I basically just haven't had time to do it yet. I will gather the information and submit it to Random Blocks later today. But TLDR, yo, I'm tired and I'm working, bros. That's kind of the gist of it. If you do want to see the deck list, though, if you go to the end of the VOD, I do go over all the deck lists. Some of them I cover very quickly, but you can pause on each deck list and look at it. Obviously, I'm still going to submit the article later today, but if you were specifically interested in deck lists from any one player, I do go down from first place to second all the way down to 32. No gnoming, please. Do not gnome. You want a Galaxy Dragon deck? I don't think Galaxy Eyes made top. Yeah, it didn't make top 32. I don't think you'd get a deck list from that. Yeah, probably the delight of the stream, though, was seeing just how hard people were trying to counter it. Seeing Xyz Encore. Hey, El Cid. Xyz Encore. Mischief of the Gnomes. What else did we see? Those were the two main ones, right? Buster Blader and Lava Golem. I can guarantee you that, in fact, did not happen. Electric Virus? I don't know if Electric Virus... Like, what do you... Realistically speaking, what are you doing with Electric Virus? Okay, you take their Tachyon, so they have to negate it. Like, a lot of stuff. You're better off doing something... Just book it. Needle Sealing and Kaiju, kind of. I mean, Needle Sealing, sure. I don't know about Kaiju. The problem with Kaiju and Duel Links is the same problem with cards like Dark Ruler No More. When you can't choose first or second, cards need to serve double duty, and stuff like Kaiju are not really good if you go first. Unless you have like a way to pitch them or something to take advantage of, you know, to get rid of them for something else. A good example of a deck that was able to play them relatively easily would be Resonator, because they could just send it with their skill to get their Red Sprinter or whatever. So that was a really nice use case of, hey, I can play Kaijus and then, but it's not a brick if I go first. And in fact, it is part of my combo. There aren't as many decks that necessarily do that. Konami should push the Buster Blader box in a pack into box chips. I don't know if that's a good, like, let's be real. I don't think Buster Blader is actually a counter to Tachyon. I think that's like hard copium. The problem with Tachyon is not the fact that they're dragons, it's the fact that it's ultra consistent with a searchable Omni Negate, and the fact that the rank 8 package is actually kind of insane. Like, if I'm going up against Buster Blader, I'm just gonna make sure you never get to resolve any of that stuff to actually hurt me. Hello, Icy Gamers. Welcome, welcome. A Buster Blader deck cooked you on ladder when you were on Tachyon. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's like not gonna sometimes hurt you, but like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the idea that like, yes, it's just the answer to all our problems. Then you know what happens? Then you go up against Shiranui and you're like, well, frick, what do I do now? I just get absolutely blown the hell out. Like there's enough people playing other decks still. Yes, Dr. Dinosaurio, would you like to see would you like to see my social credit? Like, what's up? Hello, Scyther. Hello, Death Gun. Welcome, welcome. We're about 5 minutes out from the start of the tournament. People still joining. As mentioned earlier, today's event is single elimination. This is not necessarily a change to the Meta Weekly going forward, just a one-off for my own personal benefit. Make sure everything is good to go here. Sorry guys, gotta take care of something really quick. Please hurry. A gift. This was weird. Why don't you have it? I added you. Check your email. Let's make sure you get in the tournament. You are, in fact, subbed. There's no reason you shouldn't be able. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We're a quantum daily now. I mean, is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? I happen to think that the quantum dailies are a good tournament. No, it's like I said, just for today. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we can wake up though. Go ahead and announce to the Discord. Meta Weekly do be going on right now. The Meta Weekly is live. Okay. Always love seeing people joining up last minute and then, or joining up and not submitting a deck until last minute. Joined an hour ago. Deck not submitted. Okay, why is KOP saying that the deck was not submitted? Okay, you're good. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get the edges out of the way. When we return, we will have the start of the tournament. Stick around. Be right back. Do not freak out. Whatever you do, do not freak out. Stop it. Eli, I know I made your job more difficult with single elimination for collecting the decks, but I do hope you are still willing and able to take care of that for me today. Ooh, damn. Yami tried to join last second. Didn't work out. Unlucky. You were dropped. Don't join with 30 seconds left. Lamau pal. All right. We are going to click the button. The tournament has started. Okay. Meta Weekly is always more easy to do since it's less decks. Well, sure, but single elimination versus Swiss, it can be a little bit tricky because sometimes you can't see the person's deck, depending, etc. But regardless, we are good to go. How many people joined today? I believe it was 57 before drops, which is pretty good for the Meta Weekly. I mean, it's about average for what the Meta Weekly has been doing lately. One. A refresh, you have a match. No, I think last week was like 60, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure last week was more. Let me double check. It's very similar. The player base of people who join is like pretty similar. It was 58 last week, 57 this week. Okay. Let us not waste time, however. I got you, Bayo. All right, you've been removed. You're good. All righty. Ubel pass into a kaiju. Well, so much for that. We're then going to go ahead and summon out Alpha, the Master of Beasts, returning the Alpha to our hand to return our kaiju. Activating Synchron Quantum, revealing one Cyber Synchron, adding the Cyber's gadget to the hand, and then sending our Cyber Synchron to the graveyard. We're going to go for tuning, adding another copy of Cyber Synchron to our hand, milling a copy of Book of Moon. Cyber's gadget is going to activate here, grabbing a copy of the Cyber Synchron from the graveyard, revive it to the field. This is in fact not a Tachyon Mirror Tomato. You in fact have correctly deduced. I'm pretty sure this is like the first time I've actually seen this particular deck in action. We're gonna get hit with an Effect Veiler. Does this end our turn though? That is the question. We're gonna set a copy of Cyber's Synchron, flipping it face up, letting us play through the Effect Veiler. We're gonna recycle our Cyber Synchron in the graveyard. You don't even know what the deck does? Very good question. Going into a copy of Cyber's Witch. Cyber's gadget is going to trigger here. Making a copy of the gadget token, Cyber's Witch will activate. Banishing a card to grab a copy of our Cyber's Magician and the Signet Ritual. Cyber's Witch activating her effect to summon out the Cyber Synchron from the graveyard. Level 1 plus level 2. Bring forth the Cyber's Integrator. Cyber's Integrator reviving the Cyber Synchron. We're going to be able to level modulate the Integrator. 1 plus 6. Into a copy of the Cyber's Quantum Dragon. We're then going to activate Signet Ritual, tributing off the Radiant multi-dimensional kaiju. This is in fact single elimination, yes. Cyber's Magician to the field. Attack 1, attack 2, attack 3. Lethal. That was in fact a ritual summon, Benex. Excuse me. Interesting. Let us put this up on the breakdown. Duel Links Meta Weekly breakdown. You are a fraud, Paris. Just accept it. But you're our fraud, and we appreciate you for it. Thank you, Eli. In today's breakdown, we have 17 Shiranui, 12 Tachyon, 4 Tenyi, 3 Mayakashi, 2 Destiny Hero, 2 Live Twin, 2 Red Eyes, 1 Blue Eyes, 1 Burning Abyss, 1 Galaxy Eyes, 1 Gimmick Puppet, 1 Ubel, 1 Infinitrack, 1 Mech Knight Crusadia, 1 Nekars, 1 Shadal, 1 Star Warrior, 1 Star Omberg, 1 Cybers Quantum, and 1 Toon. Where did all the Constellar go? To the good decks. If you see a Gimmick Puppet, it is always Dr. Dinosaurio. Always. Even if he's not even in that tournament. Duel. Now, as always, when you have tournaments such as these, judge the meta as a whole, not any one particular tournament. It is a piece of the puzzle. Yo, what up? I'm not sure I believe you, Valk. Do. I don't know if I would call that quote unquote hog, Valk. That is in fact what a liar would say. Skynet Mining grabbing us a copy of our Cyburst Synchron. We're gonna grab a copy of Cyburst Gadget, discarding our Cyber Synchron. Can we OTK? That is the question. Going for the DD Crow. Cyburst Gadget will recycle nothing. Mind Control, get yoinkin'. We're gonna go ahead and steal our opponent's elemental hero, Brave Neos. What are we gonna do with it? Link off into a Balinx. Okay. Cyber's Gadget effect. Generate ourselves a Cyber's token here. Hello, Ramon. It is, of course, best of 3, yes. Security Dragon returning the Radiant to our hand. Why are you seeing Brave Neos? Mind Control. Ningirsu to the field. Degrade Buster. Well, we've got the Kyroid! Surprise! From out of nowhere. We have Elemental Hero Neos in our hand. Wait a second. How did we activate Eternal Bond before summoning? He didn't use it last turn. It carries over? What? How? What? Okay, then. Today I learned. Well, okay. What are we gonna do, though? Super polymerization. We're gonna go ahead and grab, or yoink rather, our opponent's Degrade Buster, going into an Elemental Hero Nova Master. Removing both of our opponent's monsters, getting another draw. And we come back with 3 cards in hand. That's a super poly animation. And we'll get the concession scoop. 3 cards and we can't do a dang thing. I will not be silenced. Don't make me expose your cat. Hello, Sakadetsu. Multi-summoned confirm for rush mode harpies. Yes. Am I excited for it? I mean, maybe. Remains to be seen. I reserve judgment until it happens. You're sorry for not wishing everyone a great day, but you feel down? Why do you feel down? Rounds are best of 3. Magni, thank you so much for the follow. All typically in any tournament is going to be best of 3. Going into a copy of Brave Neos, we're going to summon out regular Elemental Hero Neos. And we're just going to pass the turn. interesting that we're not using our skill. Could set a super poly, for example, if you wanted to search it. Did not. Is it side deck? Yes. Sakadetsu gifted a sub from Easy. Thank you so much, my friend. It's side deck tournament today. Yes, the Meta Weekly is side deck. I see you with the 2 gifted. Getting soup and rye. Alcantara, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna send Cyber Synchron to the graveyard, adding a copy of Backup Operator. How you doing? Normal summoning our Cyber's gadget. Will the effect resolve? No! Our effect will never resolve. Linking off into our Balinks. We're going to generate that token. Grabbing a copy of Sanctuary. Is it possible to reach Cog with Sue Ship in Tachyon format? Probably. You have to remember, ladder is always going to be infinitely easier than a tournament setting. You will play against less optimized decks, more random. You can, for example, just luck into playing against non-Tachyon decks. Like, yes, it's absolutely possible. Yo, Cyber's wicked. Also in the wrong zone. Why aren't we here? Hello, Grand. Hello, chat. Got my second copy of Droplet free to play, and I'm ready to win games now. What if I told you that in the current game, or the current meta game, Droplet's actually kind of bad? Yo, wicked. Adding a copy of Cyber Synchron to our hand. Wondering why DLM didn't post about the VR new game Duel Links based on or being implemented in? Because it's like a non-news story. What are you supposed to say? Yo, they did a weird thing at the event that they held. Like, it wasn't even playable. It was like a scripted sequence. You were basically watching a video while wearing a VR headset. That's not that crazy. That's like less than nothing. Let's be honest. Okay, Security Dragon. What now? We're just gonna go to the battle phase. Okay. Why? I'm very confused. I am incredibly confused. Well, we're gonna attack in here, burn damage, crash, float into Neos Wise Man. Wait, what? Oh, we activated Neos Fusion. Never mind. This is kind of scuffed across the board. Activate Super Poly now or forever hold your peace. Elemental Hero Gaia. First time getting gnomed, Playmaker. See, here's the funny thing, Playmaker. There are decks main decking that card. That's the format we're in right now. Oh my Jesus. Degrade Buster. Attack in. We are looking for... Excuse me. We are forced to set one and pass. Dog, ain't no way. Doesn't Ophion FTK Tachyon by going first? I mean, first of all, you have to go first. Okay, do we get to resolve our effect? Oh my God, effect resolved. Bring the Cyber Synchron back to the field. Negated. Into the Cyberse Witch. Cyberse Gadget effect. Generate that token. That'll trigger the Cyberse Witch. Effect Veiler now on the Cyberse Witch. He just wants to resolve his combo One time! Link off into another Balinx. Into the Ningirsu, and that is gonna be all that they wrote, unless that last card in hand is exactly another copy. Hold is another copy of Effect Valor. Ningirsu effect. Well, okay, hold. It could in fact also be a Kiteroid, but it is not. And lethal. Cyberse Quantum will go on to the next stage of the event. Let us find another match. I'm always ignoring easy. That ain't nothing new. We're gonna watch game number 3 here. We're not gonna watch the full set. All right, starting off with a Mizuki discard for our Squire. Squire into Shade. We're going to go for the Vampire Sucker. Normally they go into the Squire Saga. We're going to go Doom Kaiser Dragon. Mizuki. Bring back. Going for the draw. Activate the effect. Bring back the ball. Oh, we're going for the Beatrice play. No. We're just going to go Shiranui Skill Saga, activating our skill to put 2 in the banished zone. Vishuddha to the field, linking off into a copy of Monk, activating Lancia, and yep, that seems about right. Okay, well now we know how that one ended. Let us find another match. Well, this is an incredibly bizarre matchup. Let's watch it. Why is there a Sarah mirror match? What the hell are you guys doing? Okay, starting off with a discarded Solitaire for Squire. We're gonna Spectral Sword, Solitaire bring back. Going for the Squire Saga. Squire Saga effect, draw discard. Going for the Skill Saga, activating our skill here. Set 2, pass of the turn. Mind of the... Mind of the Plana. Nice banished synchros you got there, nerd. Okay. I see you. Going for the gravity control. Wait, hold on. We go into Dante, we mill, then we do Dante into Link. Sorry, gravity controller to get the Dante effect. Okay, fair. Ranking up into the Beatrice. Callus to negate. We're just gonna crash now. Unlucky. Callus to Baboost. We crash. We're gonna float. Double Chalice. Getting a search during the end phase. Okay. Mischief of the Gnomes. Samurai effect is going to go ahead and add the Spectral Shade back to our hand. Shade, bring back the boys. Into a Shogun Saga effect. We're going to Gnome again just to get it out. Now we're going to Gnome. You Gnome me, I Gnome you. Everybody gets gnomed. Here, bring back Dante. Dante into Beatrice. Virgil gets spinning. Put Norrentino on the clock. Gnome it again. Spectral Sword, don't care. Samurai effect, grabbing a copy of the Shade. We're gonna get dumping, sending the Farfa to get rid of the Shade. Get out. Oh no. For the Samurai Saga reduce. Why'd we go for this one? I'm a little confused. Vampire Sucker. Interesting decision. Here brings back Virgil. Virgil gets spinning. Mischief of the Gnome into a treacherous trap hole. Wipe the field. Arbar effect. We're going to go for a burn. Virgil will draw. Beatrice will float. Okay. Gnome for the final time. Nightmare Unicorn get spinning. Spectral Sword, and that will be lethal. Norrentino takes it. Actually a pretty funny matchup. Endlessly gnomed. One second, guys. Hello, issue. You speak on start.gg. He is there waiting for you. They are here. They didn't realize they needed to come here. Go to the chat. Okay, let's go ahead and find a match while we wait for them to get situated. Is Duel Links growing in popularity? Yes and no. It has definitely had a bit of growth, but not like, it's not free Master Duel numbers. So in September, it grew by 2.65%. These numbers are just Steam, but take it for overall percentage. So it grew slightly in September, grew by 12% in October, fell by 8% in November, fell by 17, almost 18% in December, but then January saw a growth of 28%, and so far it has seen a growth of another 5%. So it has recovered, lost ground, and grown past where it was in September. So is it growing? Yes, ranked referee, and I can also look at the numbers on the phone. You're looking at the percentages though. The percentage of people who play is what you're interested in. You don't care about raw numbers, percentages, because those percentages are going to be roughly the same on phone in general. So basically, it has regained some of the ground that it lost, but it is still, once again, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Lamau giving us the cutscene before the OTK. I would just like to point out that I clicked on this one. I went to the chat and it said, don't smash me, and then I click on it and it's getting smashed. Bash Jackson, check in. All righty. Going for the crow. Actually, that does... I haven't actually checked the phone stats in a while. I'm kind of curious. What do they look like on the phone? There's been pretty decent growth, actually. Well, so what I will say is the population now is almost the exact same as 32 weeks ago. It went up, it went back down, and then this week is the, like, slightly, ever so slightly bigger than 32 weeks ago. So, hey, you're maintaining your player base. How do you check phone stats? So there's on Galaxy Samsung, there's a thing that can track player populations of the games that you have installed. Well, you can't see this very well. Anyways. Yeah, there we go. Oh, anyways. So it only tracks the data. Does iPhone have it? I don't actually know. I can only track... It only tracks on Samsung devices or Samsung Galaxy phones explicitly, but it again is more information to compare. The app's name, this one's just called Gaming Hub. It's the Samsung thing on their phones. Gaming Hub. It kind of doesn't matter if you've played on Steam or not in a while. Again, it's just about percentages. What are the Steam numbers? Like currently playing on Steam is like 4,600. But that's Steam numbers, which is kind of irrelevant. What about Master Duel? Master Duel on Steam is usually around like 20,000. Right now on Steam for Master Duel is 14,000. Well, again, it's so Hidan, it's Steam numbers are irrelevant. Okay, Steam numbers for Duel Links are irrelevant because most people don't play. So, for example, I was talking about that the app that tracks on just Samsung, just the Samsung phones, the Galaxy phones. On that alone, for example, in the last day, it's tracked 45,000 players. 45,000 on Samsung Galaxy. and 4,600 on Steam. That is a 2-0. I don't know iOS numbers. Refresh, it's even more than that, because like hold on. So Decade actually shared an interesting thing recently, just because it was it was kind of unusual, at least from his perspective. So if you're wondering what you're looking at, you're looking at the number of downloads in the month and how much it made on that platform. So Duel Links has 200,000 downloads on Android in the month of January, with $2 million revenue on Android. On iOS, 50,000 downloads and $2 million in revenue. And then Master Duel, 100,000 downloads on Android, 1 million in revenue, 90,000 downloads, 2 million in revenue. Obviously, Master Duel has Steam and then consoles, so that's going to bump Master Duel up higher. But just in term, the thing that you're looking at here is that mobile specifically. So just to kind of give you an idea that from Konami's perspective, they're going to look at the game as being healthy, basically. Because again, Konami's perspective is this product making us money? And obviously the answer is yes. All right, who are we gonna watch next? Duel Links has been milking speed players in the last 2 months. I mean, that's one way to look at it. I think most people, if you ask the average player of the game how they feel about it right now, I mean, aside from Tier 0 Tachyon, like, most people are fairly happy with the game. Alrighty. We've got Galaxy Eyes at the top. We got Lemon at the bottom with Shiranui. I do want to make note, though, by the way. We've actually, if I know this is such a tiny thing, but in the last, oh, that is not unfortunately a great opener. Spirit Master effect, Felgrand to protect itself. We've actually had several new members in the DLM Discord joining. Wait, we passed? Dog, what? Anyways, we've actually had several new members joining the tournaments the last couple weeks. Normally, it's just like, you know, the same players, but we've actually been getting new blood joining the DLM Discord of all, you know, which is kind of wild and cool, honestly speaking. Giorfio is back to continue our discussion from David's channel. There's I think they already know they kind of screwed up with tachyons. There's no way they just don't realize that. Why do you say that, Giorfio? What evidence do you have to support that says Konami knows? Because my counterpoint would be, I don't think Konami tested this at all. Like, at all. Let's be real. You're telling me they realize now, but why? Why do you think they realize it now? What is your evidence other than you're hoping, like you're praying that Konami knows? They absolutely do not watch me, Hiden. I am unbelievably small time. Bro, just because I suppose they got a brain? What are you talking about? Dog, ain't no way. What did David say? Oh, no, nothing. David was just doing a tier list for the KC Cup. Giorfio and I just happened to start chatting at each other in the chat before he shut it down. Have I seen Loom's tier list video as well? Yeah, so that's where I started calling Paris a fraud from. Is this? I think this is like the second day in a row I get to call out Loom. Let's make sure he's not in the chat. Okay, not in the chat. Excellent. Loom will never hear me say this. Hi, Grand. I wanted to talk to you about the implication of the nobodies on the state of Wraithsoth. God help me. God help me, please no. I already know more about Kingdom Hearts than I wish I did. If I could like physically extract Kingdom Hearts knowledge from my brain and just get rid of it, I would. If I could like sign up for Neuralink and have that information overwritten with like, I don't know, recipes for pound cake, I would do it. Me too, so I can experience it all again. Oh my God, stop. Stop. Hello, Vanilla. Welcome, welcome. Am I enjoying Persona 3? Well, I mean, yeah, but I was already like a huge Persona 3 fan, so like it's kind of like comfort food. It's going back and eating it's eating an old favorite. It's like mom's home cooking. You know what I'm saying? Except it's like she updated the recipe and it's like even better than you remember it. Can we ban? Oh my God, no! Stop. What? Hello, Loom. Oh, fancy meet. Shouldn't you be like asleep right now? God damn, it's like early o'clock where you are. You should definitely go back to sleep. Isara, I can't ban the snitcher. He's literally my artist. I pay him. What am I supposed to do? All right, let me explain myself. Tenyi is not a fraud deck. Can't believe Loom called Tenyi a fraud deck. His evidence is I beat it on ladder. I'm sorry. You should never use quote unquote I'm able to beat platinum players on the ladder as evidence for whether or not a deck is good or bad. I beat it on ladder with Dark Magician. Yes, and I have also been like OTK'd by Yami Yugi playing Odeon with one card like singleton style because they just happen to draw the exact 5-card hand that blows my tier 1 deck out of the water. Does he get to go on to... Does he get to make a YouTube video being like, my deck is unstoppable. 30-card Odeon Yugi special. Destroys tier 1 X deck. No. Absolutely not. Like, here's the hilarious thing. Stepping aside from the conversation for a moment. The hilarious thing about ladder in general. Mod call. You would ruin my rant, Cole. Thank you so much with your needing help and assistance. Hello. Thank you for wasting my time, Cole. I don't want to be here, but let me help you and make this a you thing for your benefit. All right. Is game 1 complete? I'm memeing. Is game 1 complete? Hello, Aesir. Oh, sorry, Law. No. You actually rated it probably the best time possible. Legal. I am currently having some internet beef with Loom. I'm punching up at the almost 100K YouTube juggernaut. Specifically, the conversation was gonna be whether or not, or so no. The ladder of a game versus the tournament meta game could not possibly be different. right? And I think nothing exemplifies this more than our ability to just go look at what the most played decks are, right? You will have entire metas where we're like, this deck is clearly the tier 1 bordering on tier 0. And then you go look at the ladder and it's like the most played deck is like Blue Eyes. And you're like, what? Like, you have to account for the decks that you're going to play on ladder in a different way than you account for what you're going to play in the tournament metagame. The same thing is true for Master Duel too, right? You go on the ladder in Master Duel and you're expecting to see, you know, X, Y, and Z deck, but you're like, nah, dog, I'm going to run into just absolute, like, mayhem. Hey, King Crab, thank you so much for the Prime subscription, my dude. I appreciate you. Like, it's almost like it's two different worlds kind of clashing, right? There's what the meta should be, which is typically tournament meta. And then there's ladder meta, which is just the Wild West of the decks that people like, the decks that people can afford, the decks being played by bots, etc., etc., etc. Well, sure, Aesir, true. There is a convergence, but also if you look at the most played decks, you know, stuff like Live Twin are still very prevalent. I think Tenyi is still technically prevalent. There's a lot of decks that are actually yes, there is a lot of crossover, and it should be noted that most of the time you can take your average tournament deck and go to the ladder and absolutely dominate it. I did actually give my reasoning though. The ladder comment was just to emphasize that it was getting beaten up by Dark Magician of all things. I've been calling 10. See, and here's the thing though. I still just disagree. Like, you, despite how you may feel about yourself personally or whatever, Loom, but you're better than like 90% of players of this game. You could like check out. You could absolutely check out, come back to this game and probably walk over people just because you understand the game in a way that the vast majority of people don't. I'm not even trying to say that as like a dig. My point is, you know what the hell you're doing. The vast majority of people actually don't. And as somebody, I mean, I will acknowledge that I am in my own little bubble to a degree. But whenever I watch good Tenyi pilots, these bros manage to like pilot their way. I'll sit here and be like, okay, well, the Tenyi player just loses here, right? And then they somehow OTK their opponent. I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? What the hell happened? How did they do this? I didn't see this lethal line, and he just conjured it out of the goddamn blue. Loom, that's not, we're single elimination today. I wouldn't recommend that. Save it for, like, the Grand Prix. Like yesterday's Grand Prix? Well, technically speaking, like, had Loom made that bet yesterday, he technically would have won, because I believe top 16 was the furthest they went, because top 8 was 6 Tachyon, 2 Shira. Like, is Tenyi slowly being phased out? Yes, I agree. That is true. Tenyi, for example, struggles against like a deck that's going to be able to crap out a Dingirsu plus a full armor plus a Cypher Blade plus an Omni. Yes, I agree. And he's going to struggle with something like that. But against a lot of the metagame, like Tenyi, like if Tachyon disappeared right now, if Tachyon disappeared right now and the best decks of the meta were like Mayakashi, Shiranui, etc., I think Tenyi easily returns to like at minimum a tier 2 deck. So it's like how Tenyi was on release. So, but that's the, see, the difference with that, Drewy, is that Karuto, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. You did join this week when we did a random single elimination. I do apologize for that. Normally, we are a Swiss tournament for this one. It will return to Swiss next week. As a member of the Discord, you can join each and every week. So I do hope to see you for next week's tournament. And I also messaged you in the Discord a bunch of other tournament organizers that I think you may enjoy. I do highly recommend you check them out. If you are just looking for any single day of the week, you can find yourself a tournament organizer. Loom, not Loom, Law, are you still here, by the way? Yes, you are. So I had to piece out what, give me a spoiler. What other retro formats ended up making it into the top tier? Or are you making a video about that I can go watch? Is Maya able to compete with Tachyon? I regret putting them tier 1 on my list. I forgot about Sky Prison. Yeah, no, Mayakashi is struggling against Tachyon. If Tachyon disappeared, I would put Mayakashi like gut instinct tells me 1 tier below Shiranui. So if we rated Shiranui tier 1 in a non-Tachyon world, then I would put Mayakashi tier 2. I still think it's a very good deck. It's just the rank 8 package really messes with it. Oh, also, I did notice you unfortunately did not have access to both of my breakdowns. You only had the top 32. Here is the overall breakdown for you if you wanted to look at it again. To compare it versus the top 32. So as you can see, Tachyon most entered, then Shiranui, then Constellar, then Maya, Live Twin, Rocket, Tenyi, etc. And you of course have the overall breakdown. It should be noted that the gimmick puppet basically went 3 and 2 and got in because of like a technicality. And yeah. The rest were fine though. I actually think Live Twin are still fine. Like, again, if Tachyon disappears, Live Twin's still a perfectly fine deck. Alrighty, game number 3. What I'm King Crab, yes. We're literally in an arguably borderline tier 0 meta, depending on how things shake out. We're discussing where decks would be if Tachyon didn't exist. Hello, Wendell. The tier list will be sent out today. I've seen the tier list. They're still filling out comments and whatnot. Apart from gnoming them, is there anything worth playing versus them? Xyz Encore, especially if you're playing a skill that locks you from special summons. The interaction between Xyz Encore against decks when you're playing as Shiranui is pretty hilarious. Because for those of you that don't know, Shiranui locks you your special summons. So if you hit a Galaxy Tachyon with Xyz Encore, they'll basically resummon nothing back from the graveyard because of the Shiranui player's lock. Stygian Dirge works well. No, because what they're gonna do yes and no. What they're gonna do is they're gonna modulate their levels with Galactic Spiral Dragon and make a rank 8, probably making something that pops the Stygian Dirge. So it's bad. Yes, it's very similar to Zealantis. The difference is that one thing that might happen is they may make a Cypher Blade, which will have a Cypher Dragon as material. If you hit that with the Xyz Encore, the Cypher Dragon will come back because Shiranui does not lock you from Xyz. What's Zealantis? It is a here, I'll show it to you. Zealantis Yu-Gi-Oh. So it is off the effect that they usually are referring to is in Marincess. So the way this card works is it basically bounces everything and then banishes and then resummons everything back to the field. But what you do is you get waterlocked. So then when you use the effect, you go to resummon your cards, which you can because they're water. And then when you go to resummon your opponent's cards, you can't because they're not water most of the time. It's a pretty funny card. Not very good, but funny. It's not really that crazy. What is that, turn 1 from Shira? Did we get interrupted? What did we do here? We sent Spirit Master, added Squire into Spectral, went into Shiranui Squire Saga. Oh, we were digging with Squire because our hand was bad. So our hand was just bad. I don't know why we went Squire though. If we weren't confident in our ability to follow up, we should have done the Solitaire combo instead. We got greedy with our play, and our greed failed us. Edie Crow, get rid of the boy. What did he discard? A shade. Crackdown, get yoinkin'. We're gonna steal the Photon Blast Dragon. We're gonna Book of Moon, get flippin'. Okay. Do we have any further extension or interruption? Photon Orbital. What are we searching for? Galaxy Soldier. Okay, so we can extend with Soldier, which would allow us to go into our rank 2 or link 2. Playing Lab makes me think of the days in Duel Links when Endless Trap Hell was at full power. Yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? What a good deck. What the? As Orbital. How did it work? So the old version of Endless Trap Hell was you would shuffle every single trap card in your extra deck or in your graveyard back into your deck, or except for one which you added back to your hand. So it was a +1 and recycled your entire graveyard full of traps. Do I remember the heated arguments I had about it? What about it? What about it? Why didn't we attach, or could we not attach Orbital again? Ooh, I think this was a misplay. We should have put Orbital on our Soul Flare Dragon. Skills nowadays make me think Restart should be completely reverted to its first text. Hell no. Karuto, the thing is, DDD has so many cards left to add, they will eventually make it good again. You have a bright future ahead of you. You just have to wait. Forbidden Droplet. Negate. Do I think Galaxy Eyes needs more support? I mean, Galaxy Eyes would be perfectly fine if Tachyon didn't exist. This skill is absolutely bonkers. It just pales in comparison to the Tachyon skill. give Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. First of all, how would you give it to them? How about we don't nerf Tachyon, but we get Photon Lord instead? Okay, so great. You want to give Tachyon access to Photon Lord. To be fair, Photon Lord isn't as good in non-Galaxy decks. It's still a negate. What are you talking about? Oh my Jesus. Lemon is on the ropes once again. Yo, get your Galaxy Expeditions going, boys. Come forth, Felgrand. Okay, so this isn't lethal, but getting in for 2,800. Hello, E. Daniel. Flipping up Samsara. We're gonna go for the recycle here. Exclamation point breakdown to see the breakdown, but I'll go ahead and put it on screen as well. We actually had a lot more Shiranui than Tachyon, but it remains to be seen what's going to make the top cut. Why do we put this face down? Now we can't banish. Okay. What happened to Constellars? Okay, that's a crow. That makes sense. I understand now why. You need to finish Live Twins and make sure you have 3 each of the alt arts if you're a real one. Shiranui Squire. Belgrand effect. Negate. Forbidden droplet. Negate the oh, this is devastating. Not only do we get to finish our summon, we also have Mizuki. Oh no. Minashi, you were so close. On the cusp of victory. Going for the vampire sucker. We can Mizuki revive from the graveyard. All right, Lemon takes it. Good try, though, Minashi. Very, very well done. Okay. Go ahead and push this through really quick like. And then we can try and take a look. We are moving into the top 16. Or we are in the top 16 rather. Let's go ahead and evaluate what we're looking like here. Okay. Let us take a look. In the top 16, we have Toons, Tachyon 1. We had Shiranui and Red Eyes, Shiranui 1. We have Mayakashi and Shiranui still playing. We have Tachyon versus Tachyon, Tachyon 1. We have Live Twins, Blue Eyes still playing. We have Shiranui still playing. We have Shiranui Tachyon with Tachyon ahead. And we have Shiranui Tachyon with Tachyon ahead. Hey, what's up, Cole? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do 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 do. Yeah, what about it? Somebody entered with tunes. They got immediately bodied. What do you want? Well, not immediately, but you know what I mean. They did, in fact, win 2 games. Defeated a Ruganary who was on Shadal. Damn it. I did not mean. Sorry for the extra music playing. Also, Lamau. CM Schofield, you can side.
Duel.
That's a good question. Which character fits Shiranui the best? Let's evaluate that really quickly. None of the Vrain's characters really match up, in my opinion. No. We're not we're not talking about old skills. Just like the character that looks like they would play the deck, basically. Because you have the Shiranui specific skill. So, like, for me, I agree with everyone who says that Mayakashi is 100% Rio. You play Maya with Rio. So we're some people saying Gong because of the theme. Hmm. I'm trying to think here. You can see the argument for Bakura. Bones looks like a Floodgate player. Damn, I think I like Bones now. Tie it up 1-1. Huh. This is actually kind of tough. Bro, get Lamoud. Tier list out. OMG, OMG. Fraud list out. Let's see. Let's go take a look. Soul Burner looks like a... I mean, okay, sure, I could see it. Here is the tier list update, by the way, for anyone who wants to go look at it. According to the TPC, Tier 0, Tachyon. Tier 2, Mayakashi, Shiranui, and Tenyi, with Mayakashi and Tenyi being demoted and Shiranui being promoted. In Tier 3, Constellar being demoted, Live Twin and Rocket, and off the tier list, S-Force and Earth Machine. In my opinion, if I was to offer my insight, we'll read some of these opinions, but if I was to offer my insight, I would probably demote Mayakashi and Tenyi to tier 3, but I would still leave Constellar, Live Twin, and Rocket there. Not because necessarily that is 100% correct, but because those are the power level of decks that I think are in tier 3. So you would... refresh, they didn't put it in tier 1. What are you talking about? I said tier 2. Tachyon with the best turn 1 and turn 2 in the meta between its consistent boards with Tachyon transmigration backup and immense OTK potential, finds itself debuting in a tier 0 position. Tachyon is simply insane. It came to break the game and makes all other decks, with the exception of Shiranui, look horrible by comparison. Furthermore, some cards that have never seen main deck play are now seeing use, like Xyz Encore and Mischief of the Gnomes, as they are the only way to try and combat the deck. I mean, are they wrong though here? I can't agree with Tachyon tier 0. People are main decking Xyz Encore and Mischief of the Gnomes. This is a verifiable fact. If you are main decking something like those cards, are you not responding to the exact, like, power of one specific deck? That is absolutely a warping of the meta. Quantum, the TPC is not a monolith. They don't always agree on something. Don't take it as gospel. Just take it as one opinion, or a collective opinion that tried to reach some kind of consensus. If Tachyon warped the meta, Mayakashi would be rogue. What the hell does that mean? Loom, my reading of something like that is that those other decks will not survive tier 2 for long. Most likely there wasn't necessarily super consensus. Tachyon has it all. Twice per duel skill that searches a combo piece with a free summon while also searching a Tachyon transmigration. Ability to go second thanks to their extenders, like Schwarzschild Limit Dragon, Big Beaters, one of the strongest extra deck toolboxes in the game, and practically no weaknesses to any hand trap due to the lack of choke points. The deck has dominated every tournament since release, and some counters like Mischief of the Gnomes and Xyz Encore have popped up recently. That being said, without a proper counter, the deck will continue to dominate. Droll is in fact not a counter. What exactly are you drolling? The skill? Tachyon, the deck that no one expected, is the perfect deck going first, thanks to his ability to easily end on Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon and Tachyon Transmigration. Going second, the deck just spams rank 8s, thanks to Schwarzschild Limit Dragon, making it incredibly powerful. Juninho will take it. Let's enjoy a lore duel while we can. Who won in the lore? Well, between Shiranui and Mayakashi, it hasn't ended yet, technically. Although, I believe Mayakashi are winning as of the last card being... the last card that's been created. Because Yuki Onna has stolen the power of the Shiranui. And Squire is facing off against both Yoko and Yuki Onna with no power of the Shiranui now. What do I mean yet? Because the most recent card they've released has not finished the storyline. Mayakashi Trap. I believe the most recent cards are technically these ones. It's going to be the trap and Yuki Onna Absolute Zero. So it's this trap and then this is Yuki Onna with the Shiranui power that she stole. What do you mean she looks kind of mid? In this age, where going first makes the wealth of difference, the newly arrived Tachyon deck has the least difficulty going second, thanks to Tachyon Dragon Domination, their new broken skill. The most important difference being between new Tier 0 Tachyon and the other decks is its going second turns. When the deck summons its first Xyz, the deck can immediately counter the most dangerous threat with a searched Tachyon Transmigration, a Vanity's Call-esque counter trap that can be activated from the hand. The deck is also able to easily summon 2 rank 8 monsters in a single turn, making it much more disruptive version of the old Galaxy Eyes decks. In the Tier 2... So it looks like Al Bell offering some counterpoints. Personally, I'm not sure what Mayakashi has going. So keep in mind, if the TPC votes for something and one of the members disagrees with the vote, they can offer counterpoints. So this is going to be Al Bell offering a counterpoint of why Mayakashi shouldn't be Tier 2. Personally, I'm not sure what Mayakashi has going for it, first or second against Tachyon. Its main tool in Yuki Onna the Icicle Mayakashi reviving Yoko can easily be extended through by Tachyon, and should Tachyon wait to transmigration a synchro monster's on summon effect, Mayakashi synchro chain vital to their survivability gets cut off as the negated card is shuffled back into the deck. So that would be an argument for probably demoting it. In my opinion, Shiranui is the only deck that can combat Tachyon. The deck can build a solid turn 1 that holds off the OTK and can go second and break the board. If the player base can learn the matchup and overcome Tachyon's overwhelming presence, Shiranui would be the deck most likely to see success. Shiranui is the only deck that can give Tachyon a bit of a fight, thanks to new lines with Beatrice and the Trap Mischief of the Gnomes, which disables Tachyon's skill and puts them at a disadvantage. However, even though Shiranui has potential to win when going first, it still struggles against hand traps going first and Tachyon going second. Overshadowed by Tachyon, Shiranui has also seen some success after the box with another really good skill that lets them play a more combo-oriented strategy. The main thing this deck has, so I was just talking about Samsara being really good, which I agree with. Shiranui along with Tenyi are poised to have the most going second ability against Tachyon. Shiranui's ability to force out Transmigration or Felgrand through a Gold Sark, as well as multiple extenders to build up their board, to give it a fighting chance. Additionally, its turn 1 ability to survive Tachyon's OTK push is very notable. The TPC have kept Constellar, Live Twin, and Rocket on the tier list as they can conceivably put up enough interactions to survive going first. These decks are much less favored going second, and I would posit against a field of decks with a lot of ways to play through interruption. Not even their best going first boards are guaranteed wins in this volatile meta, putting them in a fairly dire state. In side deck formats, I would expect to see a higher concentration of hyper-specific blowout cards to help these decks tread water. We'll have to see if that is enough. Fair point, Jade. I agree. As an archive skill, Constellar can bluff Mizar, potentially allowing for an easier time going second. Aside from that, this deck has a rough time against Tachyon. Going first, Constellar setting up Pleiades plus 2 disruptions is usually enough to survive, but it needs all of it to be able to stop Tachyon with all of his extension capabilities. As far as techs are concerned, Tachyon plays well against Effect Veiler, but a DD Crow on either Spiral or Nebula targeted Star Liege, I disagree there. DD Crow is essentially useless against Tachyon. I would side that out for literally anything. Yeah. No, there's Tachyon still. There's plenty of them. So the top 8 is not yet fully featured, but in the top 8 we have Tachyon, Shiranui, Tachyon, Blue Eyes, Tachyon, and Shiranui, with 2 spots left to be determined. Right, we're gonna go for the Crow, banish the Yuki Onna. Samsara, go for the Recycle. Spectral Shade, revive. Draw, discard, pass the turn. Link off into another Yuki Onna. Mayakashi returns here. We're sending Winter to the graveyard. This will allow us to use the revival effect. We are going to go for the Tengu. Tengu activates, non-targeting pop. We're going to go for the Samsara here. Banish, the Spirit Master. Taking out the Crackdown, Spirit Master effect. Popping the Docky. Dumping a Hajun here. We're just walling up and digging. No, only from face up from the field. What were the tier 0 decks during the last 5 years? It depends on your definition of tier 0, because technically Mech Knight probably falls into that category as well. 6 Samurai, Rose Dragon, Orchist, yeah. Orchist. Was Cyber Angel in the last 5 years? No. That would have been year 2 of 7. So maybe... No. Well, okay, so we're gonna be playing fast and loose with the definition of tier 0. I think most of us would consider it tier 0. The TCG may not, but 6 Samurai, For Hire, Kawaki Meru were all arguably tier 0. Isn't tier 0 format means a deck dominates and anything else is a counter to it? What do you... So Shiranui is being played as a counter king, technically speaking. If you're main decking stuff like Xyz Encore and Mischief of the Gnomes, you're in a tier 0 meta. Come on now. Are we going to argue, for example, that Tearlament wasn't a tier 0 meta because Fluunderies and Exosister were a deck? Side-only options? That's not true. King, I hate to break this to you, my dude. Having seen deck lists, people are main decking both of those cards, my guy. People are main decking them. Do. If there are searchable counters, then it's not tier 0. What? So, Tervalen, just to make sure I understand this correctly, what do you mean by searchable? Beatrice plus Gnome. So out of curiosity, okay, hold on. I want to explore this. So there is a card in the TCG right now called Triple Tactics Thrust. That card can search basically any card in the game. Does that mean that tier 0 can no longer ever exist? Yes or no? And tier 0 never exist again because it's now searchable. And you pull a thrust from the extra like a Beatrice. I mean, the answer is obviously no. But that wasn't the conversation. That wasn't the point being made. The point was that if it's searchable, and I was just saying that technically it's searchable. Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now, this is a comment that I love. God, this tier 0 or not debate is so annoying. Who cares if it's 0 or tier 1? It's by far the best deck. That's it. You are in a Yu-Gi-Oh stream for a mobile Yu-Gi-Oh game in a tournament being played between players of said Yu-Gi-Oh tournament game. What do you expect them to talk about? Hello, everyone. Would you like to talk about how the economy in the United States is doing recently? Would you like to talk? Oh, you know what? I haven't watched this week's episode of Apothecary Diaries. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of that series. We're talking about the state of the game. The ongoing games, maybe? I mean... Okay, just so I can make sure I understand this correctly. Game commentary would be nice. Yes, and I do that. But I also I would like to intersperse general conversation. As I don't know. Okay, he's ranking up into full armor master. Full armor master, we're gonna pop the Samsara. Spiral Dragon came back to the field, as you could very clearly see, because it just showed up on the screen. We're gonna go into the Tachyon Dragon. That's a very nice animation. You get tired seeing it all the time, but it's still really good. I'm gonna skip it though. We're gonna go for the Cypher Blade here. This is gonna give us an additional pop. We now have lethal damage on the field if we didn't already use the Samsara. Spectral Sword, we're going to be able to go into a 2. We're going to draw 1, discard 1 Mizuki, bring back the Spectral Shade. We're now going to go into a copy of Squire Saga. Squire Saga is going to be able to banish 1, except we're going to get negated by the Transmigration. This will send us back to the extra deck. Samurai Saga is going to put everything into defense position, but it's not going to matter because we do have Dingirsu, and as you can see, Juninho will win the game handedly. I forgot if that was game 1 or 2. I think that was game 1. Or wait, was that final? I think that was 1. I don't know, man. Like, I spend half my tournaments commentating, but I don't want my tournaments to be just me reading to you exactly what's on screen. I like having debates as well. They're fun. I don't know. You have to, so to give you an idea, my personality type, I was very much a debate lord kid during high school. I joined the debate club and I loved to argue. I love a good debate. I love a good argument. I love a good discussion. JG, you should always pay attention to what people are suggesting as well. Yes. 100% a debate lord. Going first, we're going to go for the Cipher Blade. We're going for the Cipher Blade because it has the ability to, if popped or dealt with in some fashion, we're going to be able to float into a copy of Cipher Dragon. We're going to set 2, likely including the counter trap, which we added to our hand and cannot activate from our hand without the Tachyon Dragon. Book of Moon, get flippin'. Felgrand is going to negate, but we're going to negate the negate by having the second Book of Moon. We have now turned the counter trap off, but we have one more back row to deal with. Looks like no delay though, so we're going to be able to make our plays out. Never mind, we got IDP. Get absolutely shited on. Very cool, by the way, that this deck that is a... Excuse me while I offer some independent commentary here, now that the match has ended. You guys will notice that a lot of the recent skills have very specifically limited the ability to summon stuff outside of your archetype. Very strange that despite the fact that a skill like the Mayakashi skill, which all it does is put a couple extra deck monsters in the extra deck, locks you to zombies so you can't play IDP, and yet this skill that goes +4 over the course of the duel, including an Omni Negate trap from the hand, can special summon anything, irregardless. Very balanced. Well done, Juninho. That was a 2-0. I think they forgot to do a lot of things with the skills, like properly Google Translate it, or maybe just hire an actual translator who knows what the hell they're doing. I would just like to remind you the text of the skill. I'm gonna read it verbatim. Forgive me, I am in fact a native English speaker. Set a deck where all monsters that are not level 1 in your deck, extra deck excluded, a lot of decks there by the way, are dragon type light/dark monsters, semicolon, light monsters are level 4/8 with 2000 attack or lower, semicolon, dark monsters are level 8 and have attack of 2500 or 2000. Beginning a duel with these settings will let you use each of the following effects once per duel and twice each during the duel. Reveal one level 8 monster in your hand, add one level 4 or 8 light monster to your hand, and set one level 8 monster in your hand onto your field. Return one face-up monster on your field to your hand and add one Tachyon Transmigration from your deck or one rank-up magic Variance Force from outside your deck to your hand. What? Set a deck. What the hell do you mean set a deck? Does this skill set a deck? Does the skill do this? Or do I set the deck? Why don't we go to a character, a skill that is properly translated?
The true master of galaxy eyes. This should be fun.
The level of all water monsters on your monsters you control become 4 until the end of the turn. This skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck/extra deck that contains at least one monster and no monsters other than water monsters. It's almost like they had a goddamn format for skills that were very easy to understand. Imagine if this skill
Mazar. No one commands dragons like I do.
Red, you can only use this skill if you can have a deck that contains monsters except level 1 that are dragon type, light and dark. The light monsters must be level 4 or 8 with 2000 attack or lower, and the dark monsters must be level 8 and have an attack of 2500 or 2000. Anyways. But I want to set a deck. I know. It would just be nice if they actually put effort. Like here, I'm sorry. I do need to do one more thing. I love these, by the way. When they issue text clarifications, the description of the following skill is inaccurate. So the inaccurate part is, during this duel, you can only special summon monster with levels except zombie type monsters or fire monsters. Correct. During this duel, you can only special summon monsters that with levels and are fire zombie type monsters. I'm sorry, fucking what? The correct text is, during this duel, you can only special summon monsters that with levels and are fire zombie type monsters. Despite the fact that that's not even what the skill does, because you can play non-fire zombie monsters. So their correction is not even correct. The correction is right, then why can I play non-fire type zombie monsters, Quantum? Explain that! I've seen Shiranui players make fucking Dweller. Is Dweller a non-zombie fire type? Only monsters that level have this. I don't know what the hell it says. It says that with levels. Anyways.
Duel.
But you can't summon the fire kaiju. What? Alrighty, right off the bat, we're gonna get hit with the crow. Squire, draw, discard. Mizuki, bring out the solitaire. Wait, why not go for the shade? Couldn't we have summoned a shade? Use this effect. Lemon, I'ma be real with you, dog. I don't want to be corrected on something when the language is not even comprehensible. Need I remind you? Monsters that with levels. What in language is that? That's how the tier list would read if Jade Hex didn't correct us. Okay. We are going to be left with a Spectral Sword on the field. We're going to go Mischief of the Gnomes here. Summoning out a Blue Eyes Battle Chronicle. Going for Ultimate Fusion. Ultimate Fusion. into a copy of the Dragon Master Knight, and this is just going to be lethal on board. Attack 1, attack 2, 6,000 damage direct. Game number 1 goes to Blue Eyes.
Duel.
All right, Blue Eyes leading the charge. I don't think it's too much to ask for correct language use. I shouldn't have to parse what the hell you are trying to say through Google Translate. The duel has been ended. If all skills were banned, what would the best deck be? Tenyi is definitely up there. Orchist? Oh, I don't know. Tenyi and Twins are good ones. S-Force also a good one. We're not talking no ban list. Mayakashi would be mid. Because you're extra deck size. Remember, Mayakashi would suck because of the extra deck limitation. This is the last match before the top 4, by the way. We have I put a pause on all the matches other than the top 4. Or sorry, the top 4 have to wait for everything so that we're all caught up. This is the last match before the top 4. Let's see. Tachyon would be mid. Shiranui would be okay. And Stellar would be awful. Tenyi would be great. Live Twin would be great. Earth Machine would arguably still be a very good deck. Earth Machine would need to be in the conversation. Because, like, level 5 reload is fine, but it doesn't need that skill. That's just like a quality of life skill. Blue Eyes would suck. Sue Ship would probably be really good. Sue Ship would be good. Rocket would be bad. Galaxy would be bad. Dark Magician would be okay. Gearfried would be bad. S-Force would be good. Shadal would be bad. Yubel would be bad. Destiny Hero bad. Ancient Warriors would be okay. Luna Light would be okay. Gimmick Puppet would be bad. Cosmo would be fine. Medolce would be fine. Sulfacord would be bad. Speedroid would be bad to fine. Ursarctic would be fine. Crusadia would be fine. Fossil needs its skill really bad. That skill is so good, dude. All right, looks like CM Schofield has returned. right, Shiranui. Groovy, gonna start things off. Altergeist would be fine, yeah. We open to the DD Crow, get Lamoud. Why DD Crow on the draw phase? Wow. Just wanted to get it out of the way, I guess. It might not be ideal, but maybe you just don't care. Or maybe you're worried about your internet disconnecting again. Played around TTH? True. Banishing the Squire here. We're going to be able to draw one, discard one. We're hoping to draw into a Mizuki. Discarding the Solitaire. It would be really nice if Duel Links would allow you to reconnect to your game. Same with like Master Duel. I really hate that you can't reconnect to the game. Searching for a copy of Samsara. So unfortunately, our turn one was not good here. Did Konami explain after what will happen once global chat is gone? Will we get party chat in game? Unfortunately, no. That's actually something I haven't talked about too terribly much. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I know global chat serves essentially no purpose, but I'm kind of sad that it's going away. Dragon Spirit of White here, targeting the back row. We're gonna flip the Book of Moon in response. Tagging out here. I won't miss it. But see, here's the thing. The reason that I think I'm gonna miss it is because it represents a different time and place. The Konami of 2016, 2017 was willing to have something like global chat. Hey, Papa Tricks. The Konami of today will absolutely not do that. And that makes me sad. Like, yes. Was it kind of an abomination? Yes. But like, out of curiosity, I legitimately went into global chat a couple times over the last couple days. And it's been kind of fascinating seeing people be like talking to each other like it's like the last time they're ever gonna get to interact. Imagine that there's actually people out there that would be like, hey, see you tomorrow in you know, room 3 or whatever. That was actually a thing that existed for some people. It's wild to me. Like, I legitimately wish I could just go into every room and just be like, join a Discord, please. I'm begging you. You kind of can't because links get censored, so you have to like not make it an obvious link. We're gonna set 2 back row here. Our opponent still has 2 back row of their own, one of which is gonna be our Samsara. We're gonna go to the battle phase. We allow it to go through. We could have Samsara'd, but we elect not to. So I believe the EU law in question is like basically it has to all be moderated or something along that line. And there ain't no way that Konami is going to hire anybody to moderate, you know, all those different rooms. All of a sudden, I have a ton of free box chips. We'll talk about that another time, Lemon. Now's not really the time. Shade's gonna go ahead and revive the Squire and Spectral Sword here. We've yet to see an interruption from our opponent yet. Like, everyone likes to make to meme about the, you know, fact that, you know, get infinite free gems. But I don't know. If you actually go into certain rooms, they actually are active, and it's, I don't know, kind of neat to see it. We are going to end just on a Samurai Saga, setting up for the next turn. They did not ban the bots. You can still see bots. Bots get, you know what? Honestly, though, activating Dragon Spirit of White here. Did we hit the Samsara is the question. No, it is our Ghost Meets Girl. Unironically, the fact that you still had those bots, wasn't that technically a sign that your game was still alive? Because if your game is essentially dead, you would stop advertising in it, right? It is in fact top 8. Thank you. Activating Battle Chronicle. We're going to go for Ultimate Fusion here. A battle. Boink. Apologies for bad English. Hey, Laser Shark, your English is already better than anything Konami can do. Got him. New 6K. Oh, yo, the real tier list dropped. Let's go. I'm heading over there right now. We're activating our skill here. But we've got the crow. Oh, this is devastating. Apology for bad English. Where were you when global chat die? I was at house eating Dorito when phone ring. Global chat is kill. No. Unfortunately, with that crow, that does mean that the Shiranui player will be out. Blue Eyes moving on to the top 4. Let us take a quick look at the updated tier list from 6K. Tier 0, Tachyon. Tier 2, Mayakashi and Shiranui. Tier 3, Earth Machine, Constellar, Tenyi, and Live Twin. That's pretty similar to... I mean... this and the DLM are like within like 2 of each other. Be nice, guys. I don't think Galaxy Eyes should be tiered. Galaxy Eyes is just like, I want to roleplay Tachyon and do worse. Earth Machines is a good deck. Any tier list that wants to say Earth Machine is still tier 3, I'm fine with. It's not awful. Honestly, whatever decks you put into tier 3 is kind of irrelevant. Unless they're like objectively bad. How does Earth Machine beat Eternal Bond? I mean, if you're playing to beat Eternal Bond, you're fighting the wrong enemy, my dude. Like on the ladder, yes, you should definitely account for it. But okay, so I believe we are now in the top 4. Let me inform the duelists. Dark Tuner, Lalau, CM Schofield, and Juninho. Top 4 has begun. We are in the top 4. All right, guys, I don't mean to alarm you. Your top 4 consists of Tachyon, 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 and Blue Eyes. Hello, Itami. Where is Buster Blader? Good question. Where is it? All right. I'm changing the title. Instead of Undead Girlfriends, it is Dragon Spirit Priestess Girlfriends versus Time Dragons. Where are the 12 Shira? A very good question, Patitas. Please get the search teams out there looking for them. Desperately seeking Shiranui players. Where are they? What happened to them? Will they come back?
Duel!
Alrighty, CM Schofield, you have the hopes and dreams of an entire generation of duelists. Can you do it? Number 46, Dragulon. For those of you that don't know, the most commonly used effect here as a turn 1 play. Dragon type monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Setting up Cypher Blade so that we float. Setting 1 and 2, that is going to be the counter trap plus 1 unknown back row. Book of Moon, get flippin'. Did not even activate Dragulon's effect. The absolute disrespect. I hope you get alternative dragoned right now. Summon it out. Pop the field. Dragon Spirit of White activates here. What do we hit? We hit the transmigration. We actually would have preferred to hit the other card here, I think. We're going to add a copy of Ultimate Fusion to hand. Nope, we just did not activate it. Hello, Andre. How's it going? Delightful. Thank you for asking. Is this a tournament? Yes. This is the Duel Links Meta Weekly. We are just simply doing a single elimination. How did Dragon Spirit of White activate? Because we did not use Dragulon. You can't check in? Sure, I got you. Dark Tuner, I have checked you in. Log out and back in on start GG. Just to double check. Sometimes start will log you out but not show it. When in doubt, log out, back in. We're gonna activate Successor Soul here, tributing off our Dragon Spirit of White. Any responders? Sending the Dragulon to the graveyard. We're going to be able to special summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the field. No. Going for the Blackluster Soldier here. This technically does play around IDP. Actually, not a bad effect, or not a bad choice. We're gonna float into our Cypher Dragon. Now, it should be noted that we're gonna be able to rank this up into our full armor. I think BLS is a meme in this deck. I mean, it gives you access to another fusion. I don't think I agree. It gives you access to the Dragon Master or whatever, the 5,000 attack fusion. There's absolutely no reason to not play this card in this deck. Treacherous Trap Hole! Get absolutely blown out. We do have Seifert, however. Going to be able to add the Schwarzschild Limit Dragon back to our hand. Do we have Crow? Our tuner, I DM'd you the duel room. Check your Discord messages, please. Deku, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Ding Girsu, get sending. Activates Ultimate Fusion here. I mean, if we're gonna lose something, we might as well get both of them, right? Ooh. We are gonna go into the Twin Burst here, which we will immediately lose. Goes into the Tachyon, and then we can just make the big Chaos Tachyon. $15.26 lethal. Excuse me. Is the Zexal theme my favorite? Are you talking about overworld theme? It's up there. If I had to say which one I actually like the most, I'm refreshing myself. I think it is Zexal. It's Zexal or Arc 5. It's Zexal, Arc 5, or Vrain, somewhere in there. That's like the order, but I don't know. We go to game 2.
Duel.
Alrighty, Tachyon going first once again. We're going to reveal Schwarzschild, add Nebula, bring the Schwarzschild to the field. Activating our skill to get a rank up magic variance force, which tells us we already have the counter Ooh, this is not the greatest opener though. Unless we have other back row, we are going to be able to make our Tachyon Dragon into Neo Galaxy or Neo Tachyon set 2. Okay, so we definitely have the counter trap in hand, which means these are tech cards. How long has it been since we've had a double experience event? I'll be honest with you, eHero, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. Like, at all. Like, absolutely at all. Book of Moon. Get flippin'. Why go into the 4,500? Bigger booty? I don't even... No, it's not that. I auto duel, like, whenever my things are up. I just hit auto duel. I don't know. We are gonna go for ultimate fusion here. into the Dragon Master Knight. This does clean up our graveyard in case we are worried about an IDP. IDP does seem to be the tech card of choice other than Book. It is just going to be another Book of Moon, though. Flipping it face down, dealing it with it for a turn. The pop happens only if it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon or Ultimate Dragon from the field. Why does a quick play not pop? Again, it has to be a Blue Eyes White Dragon or Ultimate Dragon from the field. So we now cannot activate cards or effects this turn. We are incredibly dead. Goes into the Dingirsu. Dingirsu gets sending. Boop, and lethal. Alrighty. We go to the other side of the top four. So my current plan is we're going to have the normal Grand Prix because I want to have a no side tournament. It's a Tachyon versus Tachyon. I want to have a no side tournament with the Grand Prix. Yes, I know what it's going to be like. I just want to see what it's going to be like. Because so far people have only been doing side deck. So we're going to do a no side tournament on Wednesday. And then I haven't decided what we're going to do. So you can't flip summon them in PvE. It is bugged. PvE skill is bugged. All right, so Dragulon has been activated. We have access to our counter trap negate and one unknown back row. Other than that, I think, what do you guys think would be fun for an off meta tournament? Would it just be ban Tachyon and see what the meta would be like without Tachyon? Like just that? That's it? We'll do a rush tournament on Sunday. We will return to a rush tournament. Both players activating their transmigration. Player 2 will obviously win that fight. Ice Dragon's Prison is going to grab the Nebula we're trying to revive. Get Banished. That's really good for Dark Tuner here. Only one tech card left for us, though. We probably should have gone into the Cipher Blade though, right? Actually, no, because we're just gonna yoink the... we're just gonna rank up. Got it. If there is no Tachyon, everyone will main deck Crow. Well, then maybe that means you don't want to play Shiranui, and so everyone that's worried about Shiranui can rest easier, right? Well, Lao takes game number 1.
Duel.
Because here's the thing. I've said this, did Blue Eyes lose? Yes. I've said this before, but I always want to have a normal tournament each week. Even in the worst meta, I plan to hold an absolutely normal Grand Prix. There will always be a normal Grand Prix. But I would also like some kind of anti-meta when people are looking for something else. Well, thank you, Gamers Grimoire. That's very kind of you to say. What is a normal tournament? As in, whatever the meta game is. Even in the worst meta, when it's a tier 0 that everybody hates, I want to have a record of what the meta game has been. To me, for example, I love the fact that right now, if you guys want to trace the history of what the Duel Links' meta has been, go to the first Meta Weekly, look at every Meta Weekly up until we started the Grand Prix, then look at every Grand Prix up until now, and that's almost an exact, perfect expression of what the meta has been. Like, I know this is kind of silly, but I love the idea of, like, imagine from a year from now, and I do this every once in a while, I will just go and scroll through tournament reports. Because, oh, Xyz Encore. Unfortunately, we are going to get to revive here. You know, unfortunately, for example, there is a lot of history in like the TCG that just doesn't exist because it wasn't properly documented, right? Like, and that's kind of unfortunate. So my desire is for the entire history of this game to be documented for posterity. I heard Joshua Schmidt talking on stream about Constellar being meta in Duel Links and how they have a custom skill. So if you love Constellar, go play Duel Links. When did he say that? Two to 3 weeks ago. Interesting. Adds transmigration to hand. I wonder if they realize the format being like this. As Giorfio said earlier, they have to be aware, at least at this point. Like, imagine that you look at the data analytics and you suddenly see that, like, Nebula Dragon has like a 70% win rate. Mischief of the Gnomes. Now here's the thing though. We have a bit of a conundrum. We're not going to say anything, but we're in a bit of a pickle. No coaching. I win easily versus Mizar, just run 3 Crow. You realize that the vast majority of time, the Crow doesn't matter, right, James? What exactly are you crowing? The spiral from the graveyard? If they even send the spiral to the graveyard? Lemon, they won't do that, actually. Really? We did not go for the Dragulon effect. Interesting. Couldn't we have Dragulon, yoink the Tachyon, they activate counter trap, you activate counter trap in response, and you win? He can't use Dragulon. Why not? Oh, must be only right. I always forget about that part. My bad. Yeah. My bad. All right, Lalau wins. Congratulations. Good try, Dark Tuner. Congratulations on making it to the top 4 this week. Very well done. Giorfio, yes. Please to be excited. Start prediction. Who times harder? Junie Niao? Tachyon 1. Lalau. Tachyon 2. You'll have 2 minutes to decide. Anwar, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, changing the title of the stream again. I heard you like tachyons. No, that's lame. Time Dragon on Time Dragon violence. Something has got to be done. This is a tragedy, the likes of which the world has. Oh, damn it. We hit the you know what? Whatever. We're just going to get to the. There we go. Just leave it like that. It makes no sense. Doubted tier 0. Yeah. Do. While we wait, let's take a moment to go appreciate global chat. Let us see what we're missing. I already regret everything that I've just seen. Surely room 2 will save us. Okay, actual conversation. Please join Discord. Rip room 2. Hey, what's up, Serena? Room 2 is for cool people. And apparently okay, it did show up. Rip global chat. You a real one.
Duel.
All right, Lalau at the top, Juninho at the bottom. Juninho is going first. Seifert is gonna discard another Parsec, getting us a Galactic Spiral Dragon, modulating our levels into a Cypher Dragon. We're then gonna use our skill, grabbing a copy of Transmigration, ranking up into the Cypher Blade. Setting 3, passing the turn. Book of Moon, get flippin'. No counter trap for you. Okay. We're gonna go Seifert here. Grabbing a copy of our Parsec. Flip the Schwarzschild face up. This is a potential choke point. Wait, right? No, because we still have the skill. Book of Moon, flip it face down. We can now return the Seifert to hand. 3 Tachyon, 1 Blue Eyes. Nebula Dragon, revealing the Parsect. Summon them all. Book of Moon number 2. It's just that easy. 2 Brazilians in the finals. Is that what I'm being told? Die for Blade get poppin'. When Tachyon is getting banned. 1 week after the KC Cup, you'll get the announcement. And then 3 weeks after that. So sometime late in March. Juninho takes game number 1 in that epically skillful matchup where there was a lot of decision points made. Quote unquote, let's smoke weeds for the last time. Weeds will always be number 1 question mark. What the hell? Okay, global chat, you're doing everything in your power to make my love for you look bad. Oh my god, and we're in the edges.
Duel.
We're gonna wait a moment. We're gonna wait for the edges to go away. Edge is automated. Chill. We will wait. Let me know when the edges go away, please. Uchiha Leandro. I recognize that name. Hello, hello. We're just waiting for the edge break to end. I want to allow everyone to enjoy. I understand edges are annoying, but we do need to help fund our tournaments. All right, let's hop in.
Duel!
All right, Juninho going first once again. We are gonna Parsect into Safer, discarding Spiral Modulate, activating our skill here for the Transmigration, going into a copy of Dragulon effect, Nebula Dragon, revealing the Parsect, summon both to the field, going for the Cypher, into the Cypher Blade, set 2, pass the turn. Book of Moon, get flippin'. Turning off the counter trap. So we have one live disruption. What's it gonna be? What are we gonna do? Going for the Dingirsu line, get sending. I hope they don't nerf the main deck just the skill. I mean, yeah, nothing about the main deck is necessarily a problem. The only points of discussion realistically are the skill and then the Galaxy package. Oh my god, we really end right there. Dingirsu pass. Okay. Well, game over. Mind Control, the tech card of choice of some versions. We're going to be able to yoink our opponent and then just yeet it off of the field. It's so ridiculous. Like, oh, whatever. We're not gonna do it. Revive the Galactic Spiral Dragon. We just need to put another 1,000 points of damage on the board. Belgrand. Not molding, it is what it is, dude. Ain't nothing to get mad about at this point. Go for the Tachyon Dragon. And if we rank up, we now play through a Kiteroid. Well, actually, wait, no, that doesn't play through a Kiteroid. I'm dumb. But you can disactivate its effect, and then you play through a Kyroid. Doesn't even activate its effect. Giga Chad. Well, Konami, if you're watching, this is the result of your most recent deck. I hope you are enjoying it, and it is showing off the beauty of the Duel Links metagame, going from a wide, diverse format down to Unga Bunga. Giga Chad, slam my big dragon into your face. Regardless, congratulations to Juninho and Lalau, both of you making it to the grand finals today. Well done. Appreciate you. Also, mirror is not coin flip. I don't know about that, Rambaguska. I don't know about that one. I see a lot of people going first and winning. I think there might be a little bit of copium there. Alrighty, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it here for today. Yeah. Appreciate y'all hanging out today. We're gonna go ahead and raid Lunds. Deck list will be on the website a little bit later. You know what you saw. Lunds. Looks like we are discussing the tier list update. We might stream tomorrow. I haven't decided yet, but maybe. If we do, it'll be ladder gameplay or Persona, whichever I'm feeling. Later, guys.